I'm Kiana Alexandra. I got 3 kids. I've had my car repoed. I've been evicted. I've lived in hotels with my 3 kids. I've been through it all, like everything.
For someone who's pretty decent with money, I'm very much so struggling. I'm 30. I'm a twin single mom of 3 girls. I have not been to the dentist in 3 years because I cannot afford the co-payment bills.
And no, I'm not finna work myself to death and probably still not even be able to buy a damn house working 3 jobs. No, thank you. That might have worked back in y'all day, but that don't work in 2026. And if I'm being honest, I don't want a house that bad to work 2 and 3 jobs and be fucking miserable. Nah, bro. Nah, I'll live in an apartment for the rest of my life and will be just fine with that. I honestly don't want a house that bad. Like, it would be nice if I had one day, but I don't want it that fucking bad.
That with that amount of money that you're spending for that wig, you could buy 6 or 7 of that product. But y'all be so quick to put more time and effort into a wig and a weave that doesn't grow from your scalp.
People are not being paid enough to live a sustainable life. Like, you have to have a 2-person income to sustain a livable situation.
Okay, so I was having a healthy debate with somebody the other day, and I said people no longer care about their credit score because they don't have money. What you tell me? What am I gonna do about a jacked up credit score if I don't have money?
Why the hell are the grocery prices so high? The gas prices are high, the grocery prices are high. You go in the store thinking, adding shit up in your head. I'm decent at math. I'm not Einstein, but I'm decent. I'm adding up in my head, and nowhere did $56 pop up in my head. I'm looking at my motherfucking receipt trying to see, did they charge me some type of extra tax or what? I don't know what's going on, but this shit is ridiculous. Walmart, where the fuck is the rest of my damn food?
Hey, y'all. I came on here today to tell y'all, don't never be ashamed of nothing that y'all doing. I'm talking about or went through. Nothing. Like, I'm Kiana Alexandra. I got 3 kids. You know, I'm from the west side of Chicago. I've been through it all to get to where I'm at now. I've had my car repoed. I've been evicted. I've lived in hotels with my 3 kids. I've been through it all, like everything. And I'm not ashamed of nothing I do. Don't let nobody be ashamed for you if you went through something with a guy. And we was all done before. We was all stupid. We all did something that we not proud of. So stand in who you are. Don't let nobody make you ashamed for nothing that you have ever been and ever done. As long as you know that you've elevated and you're doing better now, forget what they're talking about, okay? I had 3 children before I ever got married. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't let nobody shame you for nothing you do. Like, been on food stamps, been on whatever. I've been high, I've been low, I've been whatever. But I'm Kiana Alexandra, and I'm happy to be who I am. You make sure you be happy to be who you are. Don't let nobody shame you.
We have to be very careful with who we take advice from on the internet, because the other day I saw a video of someone suggesting that people should live above their means, because when you live above your means, you're forced to work harder, grind harder. You'll end up being able to afford the stuff that you want. Now, if you don't have any core financial responsibilities, of course, you can live above your means. Now, when you have core responsibilities, rent, groceries, car insurance, car note, the whole 9, in my opinion, living above your means is piss poor advice. Now, there's a difference between being able to afford something and being able to comfortably afford it. Now, if I can afford something, but it's going to cause me to go into debt, I'm going to have to look at picking up a second job. I'm stressed out. For me, it's not worth it. The trade-off for whatever it is that I want is not worth the additional stress for me. And I know there are times where people have to pick up additional shifts, get a second job, or use their credit cards in order to make ends meet, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people going into a situation knowing that they cannot comfortably afford something, but doing it anyway because they'll just figure it out. So for me, that is advice that I would never take. Don't allow someone from the internet to convince you to do something that you'll likely regret.
This housing crisis is a real thing. I walk every morning in my complex, and every week almost I see people have been evicted. And where it used to be that there were places that provided resources for families going through financial hardships, a lot of these people have been depleted of their funds because that's just how many people are in need right now. So you can't even get help like you used to when you can't afford to pay your rent because of whatever factors, because everybody's situation is not the same. But the main problem is people are not being paid enough to live a sustainable life. Like, you have to have a 2-person income to sustain a livable situation where you're not struggling, where you're not, you know, paying robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's just, it's so sad. There is just no way in 2026 the minimum wage should be $7.25. Don't know which jobs are paying that, but the fact that there are jobs that pay that, it's ridiculous. And for some people, that's their only option. And, you know, even $20 in 2026 is not sufficient to live a sustainable lifestyle. And this is not even my regular content, but I was on my walk this morning and saw two other people that have, you know, their stuff was out on the curb. And a lot of us are not far removed from that. We're not mad enough. We're not mad enough.
So you're telling me you'd rather spend $4, $5, $6, $7, $800 on a lace wig and some bundles instead of $17, $18 to $20 for a hair product just for one? That with that amount of money that you're spending for that wig, you could buy 6 or 7 of that product. Probably more, actually. Black women just make the excuse anytime that they get when it comes to hair. I promise you they do. Because it makes no sense that you're spending all this money for a lace front and some bundles, but you won't spend it for the product for the hair. But then y'all will go out there to find the right shampoo for this wig and this weave. Go right to find the right products for this wig and this weave. But you won't even find the right shampoo and freaking product for your hair that grows from your scalp. But y'all be so quick to put more time and effort into a wig and a weave that doesn't grow from your scalp. Oh my.
I don't care how hard life get or how broke I am. I'm never ever catching myself working no 2 to 3 fucking jobs. I get somebody else to do it. Cause y'all, I was talking to this older lady not too long ago, and I was telling her how I hope I get to get a house one day. And she was like, oh, well, you still young. You got to work 2 and 3 jobs while you young. And while you're able to work 2 and 3 jobs, you need to save up all your money. You need to, that's what I did back in my day. I worked 3 jobs and saved my money, and I paid $50,000 for my house. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, do this bitch not know that $50,000 in today's economy will barely get you a fucking crack house? You cannot get a livable, decent house for $50,000.
I guess I'm about to start eating and drinking air. I go to Walmart to buy stuff for hamburgers. Nothing extravagant. Hamburgers. Not lobster tails, not a seafood boil, not filet mignon. Hamburgers. I bought the ground beef. I bought a tomato. I bought some pickles. I bought 2 types of cheeses. I also bought tomato. And I bought lettuce, which might kill me. So now I'm paying premium prices to gamble with my life. I saw the total, and I'm like, bitch, what the rest of my motherfucking food? Because ain't no way 2 bags added up to $56. There is absolutely no way. Let me tell you something. Eating has become a financial decision. It's not just basic eating anymore.
I'm 30. I'm a twin single mama to 3 girls. I have not been to the dentist in 3 years because I cannot afford the co-payment bills. For someone who's pretty decent with money, I'm very much so struggling financially. Up until this point in my life, I have never done anything for myself. Now I have 3 babies that I have to care for. I have bills. I can't afford daycare, but I have a nanny that I pay for every single week. My car insurance. But I just want to be a doctor for real.
Also, do you know why the people who offer credit repair services make so much money? Because they are selling hope. They're selling possibility. And this is not to knock anybody's hustle or put them out of business, but I want to make things very much clear here. They make money because they provide a service, and they do an amazing job. They do an amazing job at getting your credit, doing to your credit whatever it is that they're supposed to be doing to your credit, right? Some of them are skilled at going in, analyzing your credit report, finding out what's on your credit report, having, I think, a trustworthy, transparent conversation with you to find out what belongs on your credit report and what doesn't belong up there. And of course, they take that information and they go in and they dispute it. Almost like your bank account. But they go into your credit report and they find any types of errors that could contribute to you being able to delete something completely off your credit. But here's the issue. What do you do when at least 5 of your collection accounts are genuine debts? People, companies that you've owed. Or what about the active loans that you haven't paid that aren't in collections yet? They are genuine loans that you owe to these companies because your finances are out of whack, and they can only hide them, not erase them. And since y'all know I love to talk about apartments, what do you think happens when they go in and delete a pretty little balance that you had with a previous property off of your credit report? Ding, ding, ding. It still shows up on your rental history and you still get denied. So yeah, people are not as concerned about their credit scores anymore because they don't have money to pay off things.